All right, so my wife was pregnant with our third child, and I was at my parents' house eating lunch one day that I do quite frequently, back when I was 28, 29, 30 years old somewhere. But my wife was pregnant again with our third child, and Coach Pitts, I could see his car pull in the front yard, and so I saw him walking up to the door, and he was carrying a brown paper sack, which is what people put groceries in back then, and he had a book in the brown paper sack. And Coach Pitts loved golf, and he loved the golf swing and loved hitting golf balls, and we did a lot of that together. And so I knew he loved Ben Hogan, and so I knew it was probably a Ben Hogan book. And so I went to the door, met him at the door, and he handed me this brown paper sack with a book in it. And so he turned around, just started walking back his car, didn't say a word, which is typical of him. And I opened the brown paper sack, and in the brown paper sack, it wasn't a Ben Hogan book, it was a 7th grade biology book. And when he got back to his car, because my wife was pregnant with our third child, he turned around and told me, he said, when you get through, let Peggy read it, who was my wife, because we were pregnant for the third time in a very short period of time. So a 7th grade biology book is what he brought me, and so he got in his car and he started riding back to town, and I could see his little gray head just chuckling and laughing all the way back up the road, driving up the road, because he thought he was quite the prankster bringing me that 7th grade biology book. So that's my story about Coach Pitts.